This is the 2025 Chevrolet Silverado High Country, and in today's Vehicle Visionary video, I'm going to give you the reasons why the Chevrolet Silverado is better than its competitors. Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm at Red River Chevrolet in Bossier City, Louisiana. If you want to know more about this particular truck or anything else they have in inventory, check out the link down in the description of the video. And I'm still going to share some of the high points beyond the main reasons why this truck is better than its competition in case this is something you want to buy, including the fact that you have LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, and LED fog lights. These trucks are available in four-wheel drive, and as you saw, you have the High Country logo here stamped into the grille. You'll also find a front camera, which is right here. If you're wondering what this is, that's actually the front camera washer. Every time you run the windshield washer fluid for your windshield, it's going to spray a stream of windshield washer fluid across that front camera. But our first point that I want to discuss has to do with available engine options. Under the hood of this particular model is the most powerful naturally aspirated V8 in the segment. It makes 420 horsepower and 460 pounds-feet of torque. All of that's mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. If you're cross-shopping the Ram 1500 for the 2025 model year, you may already know this, but you can't get a V8 anymore with those trucks. You will also find the 2.7-liter four-cylinder. And before you stop listening, listen to these numbers. It makes 310 horsepower, but the impressive thing is 430 pounds-feet of torque. If that's not enough torque for you, there's also the 3-liter Duramax diesel, which is an inline 6-cylinder, and that motor makes 305 horsepower, but here is the impressive number: 495 pounds-feet of torque. And on this 6.2-liter, in case you're curious, let's talk MPGs. I don't know how well you can see this on the screen, but it's 15 city, 20 highway, 17 combined, and 5.9 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. This truck is equipped with a 24-gallon gas tank. And when I hop in and start the truck, you're going to notice the indicator right here on the steering wheel. See that indicator? It's red, blue, and then it's going to be green. That is Super Cruise, hands-free autonomous driving. It's the only truck in the segment that offers that, and you can use that while you're trailering. If you go high country, you're looking at 13,300 pounds as far as your towing capacity and 2,040 pounds of payload. But what separates this truck out is that it has the most functional bed of any truck in its segment. Now you'll find some things here such as 12 different tie-down points. You have your power outlet right here and LED lighting, in-bed lighting, that does a great job of illuminating this bed after dark. But that's not the big thing here. What is the big deal is the multi-flex tailgate. What exactly is that? Well, you can see that that functions as a normal tailgate, but you can also push the top button right there and bring this area down. You can use that as a table. You can eat off of that. You can also set up your phone for Zoom meetings or whatever the case is. If you want to do that, you can also raise this area up right here and take advantage of that as a bed extender. But that's not all there is. So let's close that. We're going to use this like this. You have another bed extender option, which is to do it like this with the bed or the tailgate down in its conventional position. But one other thing that I really like here is that you can also drop this area if you need to gain access to the rear of the bed, but you really don't need to jump all the way in. This is how you do it. You see how I can bring myself all the way up here and lean way in. That helps a lot, but that's not the end of the multi-flex tailgate. It's also a step, and I like that it has this gritty material, kind of a graphite or maybe grip tape from a skateboard type of material to make sure that you're sure-footed. And to help even more, you also have the grab handle right there if you need that. I find that I don't really need that for getting in and out of the 1500s, But on my GMC 2500 that sits higher off the ground, that is very helpful. And this is not something that's exclusive to the Silverado. However, I do like the fact that you have the power assist steps right here. But what happens if you need to jump into this area of the bed, maybe not get in the bed, but hop up in here and reach in and get something? You're going to notice the button right here on the back of the step. And when I kick that button with my foot, it brings the step back and makes it easy for me just to hop right up in here. I can reach in and get what I need out of here. Kind of the same way as when we drop the tailgate and lower that section on the top right there to make it easier to gain access to the rear of the bed. Something else that's here that I really like is the in-seat storage. And on my GMC 2500, I had the same seats in the back seat area. And I just love being able to take advantage of that added space. It's there, why not use it? Good for Chevrolet and GMC for using that space properly. I basically have that maxed out. It's very nice. And you can see the interior here on the High Country is going to be a little different than what we see with some of the other trim levels. And there's a lot of space back here. That's something that I like here as well. Plenty of room, plenty of headroom. The only thing missing, according to some people at least, I'm not a big fan of sunroofs. I don't really care about having one. My truck doesn't have one. But the one thing that is missing for some people is a panoramic sunroof. Maybe we'll see that sometime in the future. And something else that you have here, I think that these trucks have the best graphics of any truck out there as far as your animated graphics on the screens go. I hope the camera's doing a good job of picking all of that up for you, especially here on the High Country trim level. Those are the best graphics of any GMC or Chevrolet truck or anything on the market, at least in my personal opinion. And how about that information that I know so many of you want in all of the videos that I do? What is the sticker price? $80,095. Tell me what you think about that. And there's another thing that we have here that is definitely worth discussing. This truck has 8 different cameras on it with up to 14 different camera views. And let's take a look at those views. You have your front view and your rear view. And by the way, remember that front camera washer I told you about earlier? All you have to do is push this button right here for that to work. And there it is in action. Now, you don't have to have it up on the screen for that to work, in case you're curious. Now, let's take a look at a couple more camera views. There are 2 more views right there. We'll take a look at our side view camera mirrors. You can see those as far as how that looks. Try not to go through those too fast and let you see them for a second. There is the view for hitching up to a trailer, if that's something you want to do. And then we also have our overhead 360-degree view, which that can be on the screen with all of your different views, but that's not the only thing. Let's push the arrow right there and we have our bed view. And if you need to zoom in, there you go. You can even see that in-bed LED lighting a little bit better right here with that shadow back there. But those are some very impressive views from all over the truck. Can have a lot of advantages. Definitely useful in a lot of ways. And here is what your instrument cluster looks like. That is configurable, by the way. You can change the display layout to several different presets. You have progressive. I'll let you take a quick look at these just so you can see. We also have digital. That's what that's going to look like. Let that come up right there. And for you monk style people that want everything to be perfectly clean, well, here's your clean look. I don't know that that would satisfy monk or not, but we'll leave that on progressive since a lot of people typically leave it on the classic look. And we'll go over here to show you that you can also change what's on the left side, the right side. You can change your lower gauges and your info pages. If you need to change the units, you can do that. Speed warning, you can see what all is here. There's also a head-up display that you can adjust. As you can see right there, you can make some changes to what's on there as well. Now, you can actually change the overall information on your head-up display right here as far as your brightness, and that's gonna be right here. The position, you can raise it or lower it. You can also change the information that's on there. And I don't know that I can give you a really good look at it today. I'll try, Let's see if we can do that. I don't know if you can see it very well. It's just so bright out here today. I don't know that the camera is actually picking it up. But those are some of the things that you can do. There's a lot going on here, but that doesn't mean that it's overly complicated as far as this truck goes. A very nice truck to use. You've got all your one-touch buttons right here. I think you know what is here for the most part. Now, one thing to note is that you do have a power down tailgate, but when it is that multi-flex tailgate, it does not have the power up option. You can obviously use the remote to do that and all of those good things as well, the different options for opening and closing that, or should I say just opening, but you'll have to manually close it. Just one of those things to know about. You can turn your auto stop start off right there. And if you haven't looked at one of these trucks in a while, just to show you some of the changes here, one major change, you might wonder where the wireless charging pad is. It's actually right here in front of the center console, or should I say at the front of the center console. You also have another power outlet right there and some 12-volt, or excuse me, USB options right there. Here's where you're going to control your power sunroof, which is right here. You can open and close the shade when you want to. Very convenient. As far as that goes, you also have your upper and your lower glove boxes. Quite a bit going on here with these trucks. And I know a lot of these features that I'm telling you about right now are on other trucks out there, but I told you I'd give you some of the high points in addition to the main reasons or the main things that make this truck different from all of its competitors. One more important point about the Silverado itself that I wanted to make. In years gone by, when you used Super Cruise or you had Super Cruise in the truck, you lost your heated steering wheel because the button was right here, and this is the button for turning Super Cruise on and off. If you're curious about that, they now have the heated steering wheel button located right down here beneath your heated and ventilated seat functions. All right, let's get out on the road for a quick test drive. Unfortunately, Super Cruise is not available for me to use in this area. In case you were curious about that, I was hoping to be able to show it to you, but I do have tutorials on how Super Cruise works. It's the same across all GM vehicles, no matter if it's a Cadillac or a Chevrolet or a GMC or whatever it is. It all works the same. It's actually very easy to use. You just push the button, it'll let you know on your driver's display if it's available or if you need to turn on your adaptive cruise control or if it's unavailable, which is the message that it gave me. So often what you'll find is that's typically going to work on an interstate highway. I'm a little surprised it didn't work here, but that's the way it is. A very enjoyable truck to drive. I think it's pretty comfortable in my opinion. Over the years, trucks have lost a little bit of comfort because of the fact that they become lighter than they used to be. So that makes a difference. But I will say this is a great truck for long road trips. The seats themselves are very comfortable. A lot of adjustability built into the seats. You do have a power adjustable steering wheel, by the way. There's a button on the left-hand side of the steering column that allows you to make those adjustments. It's tilt and telescopically adjustable. A very enjoyable truck to drive. Easy to deal with as far as all of your different features and functionality go. You have Google Assistant here. See if I can get that to work so you can see what's on the screen. You have Google Assistant, which is very helpful, where you can say, hey, you know who. I'm not going to do that right now because I know I will set off devices in your homes, and some people might think that's funny and some people might not. I guess I could play pranks if I knew a bunch of trolls were watching. But I'm sure that you are not a troll if you're watching. But one way or another, that's helpful. You can pretty much ask anything, get a lot of great information. You can set up navigation with Google Assistant. That's very helpful. Quite a few things that you can do to make your life easier. Plenty of room. That goes without saying. Plenty of room in the back seat, plenty of room here in the front seat, no matter who you are. If you're 5 feet tall or if you're over 6 feet tall, you can definitely handle setting things up in such a way that you will be nice and comfortable in this truck. That's a fact. So depending on your situation, everything's here that you need to make things happen. Now, the thing I like here is that I can turn around and quickly get up to speed. We're not going to go too crazy with it because it's a brand new truck, but I am going to get up to the speed limit here very quickly and we are now in good shape. One of the big advantages of this 6.2 liter V8. Now, one thing I didn't mention earlier in the video is there's also the 5.3 liter V8, also naturally aspirated. It makes 355 horsepower and 383 pounds-feet of torque. So somebody might have said something about that. If somebody said something about me not bringing that engine up in the comment section, that means they didn't watch the entire video. But the good thing about it is that in this case, with either V8 option, you don't have to worry about turbo lag because you don't have a turbocharger at all. Easy to manage gas and brake pedals. Very enjoyable truck to drive. It's definitely going to get the job done for those who are looking for a full-size truck. And there it is, the 2025 Chevrolet Silverado High Country, and the reasons why it's better than the competition. Tell me what you think down in the comments section. I look forward to receiving your feedback. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends here at Red River Chevrolet for loaning me this truck for the day so I could tell you all about it. I also want to say a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That's very helpful to me. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and please share this video on your timelines on social media. If you'd like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.